And I was literally running by the fence like, Haley, all 3 of them are sitting right there. And we just like screamed, like. I don't think I have ever been more excited to film a video in my life. This was like the best thing ever. Hi guys, it's Jamie, and today I have a very fun video for you all. I am very excited for this because this involves One Direction. If you do not know, I love One Direction. You may not, that's okay. I'm not gonna yell at you, I just love them, and that is me. So I have never been to a One Direction concert before, nor have I met anybody related to One Direction, not related, but anybody in the band, or like the instrument players like Josh, Dan, John, any of them. I haven't met any of them. And I've never been to one of their concerts. And so they came to where I live on August 2nd, which was about 3 days ago, and it was awesome. So, let me think here. On Twitter, I met this very nice girl, and I don't know if she wants to be named or not, so I'm just gonna call her A. So I met A on Twitter. So on Twitter, A basically helps people out, and if you're picked for an insider, she basically helps you out with giving information on trying to meet them. And I've been very, very good friends with A for a while on Twitter, and I was picked for an insider for where they were coming to my town. So basically what she did is she helped me meet the band. And when I say band, I mean Josh, Dan, John, and Sandy, not actual like Niall and them. And so the band flies in to the town about a day before. One Direction normally flies in the day of the show, and the crew in the band normally flies in a couple days before the show or the day before the show. So in my case, Josh, Dan, John, and Sandy all flew in the day before the concert, something like that. And Lottie and Lux and Lou Teasdale also flew in and whatnot, but they're kind of hard to meet. So A messaged me on Twitter and says, I know what hotel they're staying at, I can help you out figuring where they are. And so I'm at my friend's house and I get this information and I'm like, I need to go downtown, like I need to meet them. And I'm trying to call my friend Haley and she's not answering, so I'm like, I'm gonna miss this opportunity of meeting them, and it was just gonna stink. And then Haley calls me back and she's like, let's go, we're going downtown right now. So we go downtown and A tells me the hotel they're staying at, and she says they just met fans like 2 minutes ago. So we're like, crap, we missed them by like 2 minutes. And so that was kind of upsetting, but then we're like, okay, we're not gonna give up, we're just gonna keep looking. She says they're on 5th Avenue. So we are walking up and down 5th Avenue and we don't see them anywhere. And when I say them, I'm talking about John. John was spotted, so I was only looking, we only were trying to look for John because we didn't know where the others were. So after walking up and down 5th Avenue, we went back to the hotel and just kind of sat outside and waited to see if they were gonna come back at all. And about 15 minutes passed and they didn't come back. And we're like, they're probably meeting other people other places. Let's just try finding them somewhere else. Sorry if I look bad. I didn't really do my hair today. Just kind of let it down. So we get up and I get a message from A and she says, that sounds so weird. It sounds like I'm talking about Pretty Little Liars. Sorry. But I get a message from her and she says they're at Market Square. Like, I would go there if you want to meet them. So me and Haley do not know downtown very well, and I needed my mom because I don't know where I'm going. So try to imagine this. The hotel is here, just an alleyway, and Market Square is right there. But we can't see Market Square from where we're sitting. So we walk all the way this way, around town everywhere, can't finding Market Square. Meanwhile, it was literally 2 minutes away from where we were sitting. So we're wasting all this time, and we're like, what if we're meeting somebody right now? Because we're lost in downtown. We don't know how to get to Market Square. So we pull it up on our phones, and we're literally following maps. Map is telling us where to walk. Like Google Maps to get to Market Square. Finally, we get to Market Square, and we had seen a picture of John taken, and we're like, wait, where was this taken? Like, I would be able to recognize it. And I see the sign that he took the picture from. I'm like, he was just here. Like, no. And then A messaged me. She's like, they're at Primanti's. So if you're not sure what Primanti's is, it's like a famous restaurant in Pittsburgh and like Pennsylvania. It's known here. So we see Permanis, it's right next to Market Square, and then A messaged me again. She goes, they're sitting outside, they're supposed to be sitting outside. And we also see other fans waiting, so we're like, they gotta be somewhere near here. And keep in mind, we're thinking that it's only John and his girlfriend, that's all we're thinking that's there. So Market Square is like this giant, not plaza, giant, but it's a small little, there's a plaza area with like chairs and stuff, and then there's like a brick road around that, and then there's a couple shops around that. And so we were sitting in like the chairs area, there was the road, and then there was Permanis. And you could see outside, but like not very well. So I was like, Haley, we have to casually walk by the fence and see if we see them anywhere. So we're like, come on, act casual. So we're walking past the fence, and I don't see them anywhere. We keep walking, like we're almost at the end. I'm like, what if they're not here? And all of a sudden, I see them. I'm like, Haley, there's 3 of them. It's Josh, John, and Dan. Like, not just John. It is Josh, John, and Dan. And we're like, oh my god. And we like right across the street, we're like, it's all 3 of them. Like we were only expecting John, and it was just awesome. So we're sitting there waiting, and there's a car in front of our view. So I don't know if I have any pictures, but I tried taking pictures for A, and it wasn't really working because I was like holding up my phone. I was trying to do it slyly, but you know, I'm not good at that. So I'm like holding up my phone, zooming in, and Josh literally looks over and points at me. I'm like, oh crap, he spotted me. And so I was like, oh, busted. Like that's awkward, he noticed me, but it's like, they're right there, they're pointing to us. So we're sitting there waiting, and we don't want to like bother them during lunch because that's rude. And fans are literally walking up, like climbing over the like little railing to where they're sitting and asking for a picture while they're trying to eat. Like, if you're ever trying to meet the band or anybody, please just keep in mind that they're normal too. They want to have their privacy. Just let them enjoy their lunch. So me and Haley just waited until they were done, and we can't see anything because this giant van is in front of them the whole time. And I see like Josh's little head stand up. I'm like, Haley, what's going on? So Haley like runs around to the one side of the car, and she's like, Jamie, run! And like we like run to the side of the van, and like they're just standing there. Like 3 of them are just like standing there, and there's like fans waiting to get a picture. And there's like 10 fans, there's like nobody there, so it was awesome. So they actually could take a picture with us. So I ended up getting a picture with Josh, John, and Dan, and it was so awesome. Like, that's a really cool experience to meet somebody famous, and they were so sweet, and we didn't really have much time to say anything to them, so I just mentioned that I liked Drag Me Down. And if you do not know what Drag Me Down is, it is their new single, buy it on iTunes. It's really good. So we just got our picture with them, and there's like Permanis, and there's like this little corner and then like a giant alleyway, and me and Haley take our picture and run down the alley screaming, we just met them, like oh my god. We're like jumping and freaking out like we had just met them, and it was really cool. And then so we kind of like walked back and got our cool down, and we like just saw them walk away. We just kept like talking to each other like that's so awesome that we just met them. So I'll insert pictures right, well I'll insert the picture that I got right now. Okay, so that was that. And now let's move on to the day of the concert. So again, working with A. Sounds so weird. She told me, I think I have flight info, like I think I know what airport they're going to, I think I know where they're getting in. And so we're like, sweet, we might meet One Direction. And so she tells me it's either the international airport or the private airport, but your best bet is going to the private because they're not going to stop for anybody at the international. There's way too many fans waiting. So we drive to the private, and A tells me they're supposed to land at 2:30. We get there at 2, and there's literally 2 fans there. 2. In our minds, that is insane. Like there's nobody there. You would expect like hundreds of fans. There's literally 2 people. So we're thinking, oh my god, if they land here, like they'll actually stop for us and they'll talk to us and it'll be awesome. So we're just waiting. 2:30 passes by, and A says that they haven't taken off yet. We're like, what the heck is going on? Like why are they so delayed? They were supposed to be landing by now and they haven't even taken off. And we had not seen a plane land all day, and literally old people go out here to watch the planes land. That's how secluded it is. This airport is the smallest thing. You could literally walk from one end to the other in 2 seconds. It was like a cabin. So we've been waiting. 3 passes by. They still haven't taken off. 4 passes by, they still haven't taken off. We finally get to like 4:30 and A messaged me saying they're supposed to get here at 5:05. They just took off. So like we're all waiting like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be awesome. At this point I made and like 5 more girls show up and we've made all friends. They were like super sweet, and the parents, they were really funny too. We were all making friends and whatnot. And so we're sitting inside, like there's this giant window so we can see if any planes land. And then one girl runs in, she's like, there's a plane landing, come on! And so we like run out to the fence and we're standing there and we can see the plane land, and it's like a decent sized plane. Like keep in mind, we've been seeing these little planes, like 1-person planes all day. To see a big plane, we're just like, it has to be them. And they go behind a building and we can't see. And so we're like, crap, they could be walking away right now. Like, no, we're missing them. And so this guy that goes there all the time, there's like literally only one lady working there, and he asked her, like, do you have any information on One Direction? Do you have any celebrities flying in? And she says, I do have a blocked flight coming in at blah blah time, but I'm not allowed to say anything because it is a blocked flight, and normally celebrities block their flights. So we're like, oh my gosh, like this is probably them. What random person would block their flight? Like nobody, especially at this freaking little small airport. So we're waiting at the fence and we're just like, if it was them, they're gone by now. They don't want to stop half the time. They need to get to a concert. They're already late. And so we're like, that was probably them and we probably just missed them. And then the guy comes back and he says, there's 2 planes coming in and they're jets. And so we're like, that could be them. And we see this giant jet land and we're like, oh my god, oh my god. And we're all like jumping, like freaking out, like this could be them. We're like about to meet One Direction. There's 3 cars sitting on like near the runway, a police car, and like the workers there are literally setting up like plane stoppers. So in the plane, I don't know if I have pictures of it, but if I do, I'll insert them in. But they literally, the plane pulls up like 15 feet in front of us, and the literally stairs pull down, and we're like, holy crap, holy crap. Old businessman walks out. We're like, who the heck are you? Like, what? Like, all of us are so depressed at this point. We're like, who the heck is blocking their flight? Like, who are you? It says, and a bunch of old men just start walking out. We're like, what the heck? And so the one guy walks up to us, he's like, who are you guys waiting for? We're like, One Direction. He goes, well, it's not me. I was like, oh my gosh, like you gotta be kidding me. We waited at the airport for 5 hours just to see old men walk out of a plane. Okay, that's cool. Like that was just devastating, and we didn't know like if they landed or not, and then all of a sudden we start seeing tweets, the boys just landed and their plane's not in front of us, so we know they landed at the international airport. And so we're like, we can't be down, we've got a show in an hour, like so we all have to drive to the show. And I'll tell you about the show in a minute, but A messages me the next day saying they were flying to the private airport 5 minutes before landing. They changed their mind and went to the international airport. Are you kidding? 5 minutes before landing. I was 5 minutes away from meeting my freaking idols. Oh my god, they literally, why would they change their mind? Like, that's just depressing. So this is my first One Direction concert, and we go, and I have the funniest clip of me reacting to them coming on stage, which I will insert right now. Yeah, that's embarrassing. But it was hilarious. And whenever I'm sad, I just watch it because I find it so funny to see how amazed I was to see them coming on. Like, that's so cool to see your idols like right in front of your eyes. And so their concert went by so quickly. It was honestly one of the best nights of my life. Like, it was so fun, and I lost my voice, and I also cracked my phone. If you can't tell, I cracked my phone. Thanks, One Direction. I did that for you. I lost my voice and I cracked my phone. So that was that. And if you're ever thinking about like going to one of their concerts, or you don't like them that much and you're just kind of like, I might not like it, just go to it. It's awesome. You'll love it. It was one of the best experiences ever. So that was my experience meeting One Direction's band and almost meeting One Direction and the show. And if I have some clips, I might insert them at the end, but they might be kind of bad because I filmed them upwards like this the whole time. So I'm sorry about that, but it was really cool, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I loved talking about it. It was honestly one of the coolest things ever. And if you like this, please give it a thumbs up. You don't have to. I would just really appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up because it makes it more well known to more people, I guess. And also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at JamKayBeauty, and subscribe. Like, we're I don't know when this video is going up, but we're literally 9 subscribers away from 100. Like, please get us there. That's so cool. And I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye. Drive me crazy, someone like you. Always been my baby.
History, which is amazing. And then, maybe a couple months ago now, you guys fell in love with a song called No Control. Honestly, like I say, we see so many things from you guys, but that really touched us, so thank you so much for everybody who's on the No Control campaign. Please give it up for yourselves! Okay. Well, this is No Control, so please sing.
Can